Basher, sorry for being late. I had some technical problems, and I just kind of solved them now. So thanks everybody for hanging in there. But the first thing I want to do is I want to wish the incredible Jer O'Malley a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jer. Happy birthday to you. One of the Mama Bashers, the mother of some of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to you. We love you so very much. Happy birthday to you, Jer. You're one of the greatest ladies I will ever have the luxury of knowing in this life. So happy birthday to you. I had to what happened today was my Irish passport, they said that the paperwork was messed up and the picture was wrong. I had to go scramble and resend stuff out. So it was like a nightmare. And it's like, I'm just going to have to deal with On Post again. Oh my God, On Post, what do you do to me? Got lost for a month the last time. And then this guy, Mike, is like, oh, sorry to say, that's the notary didn't sign the back of the picture. So you're going to have to take a new photograph. So you can't use the photograph that I already sent to them and it was approved. So I had to get another set of photos. And I didn't have enough time to ship it off. So I'll have to do that tomorrow. But what a pain in the hole. What are you going to do, Bashers? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know. What are you going to do? Andrew Wolkowicz, Canadian, $5. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Kevin. Be inspired to make others' lives better. Yes. And upvote and subscribe if you can. And the Andrew Wolkowicz, Cameron of Kong. That's how we started out. Thank you. Yeah, it's just been, there's not some not so good shit going on the other side that we have to deal with too. And it's been kind of the start of this week has been pretty crap. So I'm trying to keep my head up. And I'm happy to be here. And I apologize once again for being an hour late, but I had no choice. I had to scramble and get that stuff. And then I came in here and then there's like audio problems. Who cares, right? Kevin Landon, 7578, upvoted number 1 today. Thank you, Mr. Landon. You're a beautiful man. We love you. I will be watching the replay after work. Well, we love you, man. We'll see you then. Best wishes to Dirk and all the Bashers. And also to you, Kevin. He says, it may be Speedy Tuesday, but I'm wearing my Jean Marcel watch just back from service. And it looks like it just came back from Switzerland for the first time. Now, you did send me pictures, so I'm going to show them on the it's a picture of a stock picture. Did you take pictures? I'd love to see it back from service. Machine had sent me a picture of somebody servicing their Milgauss, and I talked about maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Everybody says don't. It's fine. And it works fine. It's not a problem. And anyway, it is Speedy Tuesday. So let's put on a Speedmaster, shall we? So I wasn't wearing a watch all day. So the new Speedy was released today, a reverse Panda. It's a regular 3861 moon watch, except it's got a reverse Panda dial. Is that something that everybody's interested in? Other than that, it's got a black lacquer dial, and that looks beautiful, huh? It's got a black lacquer dial, and everything else is pretty much the same. The only thing I wasn't able to get a confirmation on is whether, and I'll pull it up too. Omega watches. Let's go. I'll pull it up. Let's pull it up. And there's the most beautiful watch in the whole wide world, except the cookies. That's the first Omega in space, which I have on my wrist right now. Aren't I the luckiest guy in the whole wide world? So here it is. Here's the new reverse Panda. I don't know whether or not it's got sapphire on it. I mean, I think, because it's a sapphire sandwich, so it definitely has a sapphire crystal, but does it have the same kind of, off-axis distortion that we love from the Hesselite, but we also get in the first Omega in space? I don't know. What do you guys think about this watch? I looked through the whole thing this morning, and it doesn't have anything other than this beautiful black lacquer dial. Other than that, it is a classic 3861 current edition moon watch with just a different, little bit of a different look to it. Is it something you want? Is it something you're thinking about? Is it something that pushes all the right buttons for you? Sometimes people, don't like a watch until they see it come out in a different variation. How many people didn't like the Milgauss until they came out with the Z Blue? And then you had early adopters like the black one and the white one. The white one is now considered like really super duper precious. People are crazy about that one. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on that? I mean, there's no reason to really go into it too heavy because it's a 3861. Just what you see is what you get. It's got no other bells and whistles other than same bracelet, same clasps, same everything. But it's pretty. I like it. I like it. I'm not. I'm not that big a Panda guy, reverse or standard. I think that they're cool. And I know everybody like, if you're gonna get a Daytona, you definitely want the Panda for sure. It's not really something that's super duper famous, other than the Snoopy, which I think is beautiful, white with the blue subdials. I like it a lot. What do you think? Yes, no, maybe so. Who knows? Who cares? I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? Ray in pandas with pandas on. Oh, I see what you did there. That's right. It's funny. I did two versions of that thumbnail. I did the pandas in reverse, and that looked weird. Actually, can I just say what it looked like? Think of Did that an intermission? Did that fix anything, guys? Do you have audio now? I restarted my computer. So if a cowboy rides into town on Friday, stays 2 days, and leaves on a Wednesday, how did he do it? I had to restart my computer. What? My brand new wonderful computer. Oh boy, did we get the happy birthday to Jer thing? Did everybody get to hear that at least? I don't know what happened. My other computer, I have my old iMac that I use for the show, and I was signed in, like it auto signed me into the show, and I never do that. The only thing I use that computer for is some clerical work, and I use it for Photoshop because I don't have Photoshop on my new computer. Anyway, where was I? My God, I'm so sorry about that. Just today is just like, I don't know. It's just not, it's bad news. Look at this. Did I miss some stuff? Looks like I might have. Looks like I might have. Hey, look at that. I don't know how to say that. I didn't say buenos noches, bashers. Kevin Landon, thank you, Angela and Panel Power. I'm in the right one today, right? Okay, weird. Congratulations to Kevin. It looks like there's a couple of things missing now. They were there before. Side voted. Thanks, buddy. Mr. Brooker, congratulations to Kevin Landon. Kevin Landon was number one. Well, there you go. Kevin Landon. Yay. Shall catch the replay later tonight. Got to say I need to see that new reverse Panda. Okay, so there's a happy camper right there. In person may just persuade me away from the Hesselite original. If it's got this, and I hope that it does. I hope it does. Wouldn't that be great? It should, right? They should only be using Sapphire. Sapphire, you can use it as a registered trademark. I made it up, but you could use it, Omega. Upvoted number 6, apparently. Thank you, Mr. Brooker. And Melly C, the beautiful one. Thank you. Happy Speedy Tuesday, Dirk, and all the bashers. Well done, Kevin. Okay, here we go. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This new Speedmaster Panda sounds familiar. Yeah, that's right. Tudor have done this with their chronograph models years ago. Are they copying Tudor? What's next? A pink dial Speedy? Yeah, I know. When I saw it this morning, I was like, well, okay. I mean, it's not nobody asked for it. Sure, it's pretty. The black lacquer dial is beautiful. Tudor always gives everybody what they want, though, don't they? They give you what Rolex won't give you. So, I don't know. I mean, I'll go look at it in person. I'm sure it's quite beautiful, but you know what? This is still the most beautiful Speedmaster ever. It is. There's no doubt about it. Congratulations to Kevin from Hitesh. Thanks, Hitesh. Julian says, as I look ahead, I am filled with foreboding. Like the Roman, I seem to see the river Tiber foaming with much blood. Wow. You're on Earth. There's no cure for that. Any fool can turn a blind eye, but who knows what the ostrich sees in the sand? These are pretty great today, Julian. Amazing. What makes an old age hard to bear is not the failing of one's faculties, mental and physical, but the burden of one's memories. This is true. That's very true and kind of sad, you know? Yeah, crazy town. Love and blessings to all the bashers from Julian, and also to you, my dear Julian. Thank you so very much. Mr. Zeliski's in the room. Good evening, Dirk, and all the bashers. Have a great show. Well, we'll have a great show now that it sorted itself out. I was 4 minutes late, and then, well, an hour and 4 minutes late, and then I went to CVS, which is the Boots equivalent of, what you guys have for pharmacies in Europe. Not in Italy, though. They have I don't know, does Italy have a chain store pharmacy? I've never seen one. You just see the green cross everywhere. They're kind of like all mom and poppy places, but this is where you go to print pictures. So I went and I printed a gazillion, and it kept cropping it wrong, and whatever. Mr. Thompson, Speedy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Speedy Tuesday to you, Charles. Welcome. How are you, buddy? By the way, Gary and Susan got their calendar. Yay! Jer got her calendar. Yay! So that means Ireland and a lot of the UK folks still have some problems with America. I don't know why it is. Listen, if you haven't gotten your calendar yet, please say so at basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. Say, hey, Dirk, I didn't get my calendar. I mean, there could have been oversight. I hope that's not true. But Canada's a real problem because of the postal strike. Ireland is a problem because of An Post. And the UK, they got there. So it's pretty good. Basherdirk@gmail.com. Basherdirk@gmail.com, and we'll figure it out. Okay. Thanks. Because I want you to all to have it, because we worked really hard on it, me and Basher Y. Good evening, Dirk and the Bashers. Trying to pick the perfect moon swatch for Speedy Tuesday. You're welcome, Dino. Ooh, how about Mission? You have them all, right? I don't know. You have one of the new edition ones? Which ones do you have? You have a bunch. I think you might have them all. I think collect them all. I'm sure it'll be well worth the wait. I don't know about that. Evening Bashes, midday, Fitzsimons, Fitzsimons. And yes, I'm almost completely over my cold. Thanks everybody who emailed me and all that stuff. Just a bunch of residual phlegm, but you can see I'm back to my animated, hyperactive self. So thanks. Dino says, fine, Drew snores. On wood. Martin Bronson are here. Hey, Martin Bronson. Good evening. Upvoted. Thank you so much. Upvote if you can for Speedy Tuesday. Thank you so much. Panel power. Oof. Yeah. This really bothers me. Really, really bothers me. Timothy Busfield has reportedly come off the lam. He surrendered to Albuquerque police after I don't know, was there a nationwide manhunt for him? If found guilty, he could end up in the big house on Little House on the Prairie. So Timothy Busfield is a prominent television director. He's most famous for being on 30-something way back when. He was in Field of Dreams, and he's married to Melissa Gilbert, who played Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie. I think she was married to Bruce Boxleitner many, many years ago. I mean, listen, I pray it's not true. Apparently, some very, very young people have accused him of improper behavior on the set of a show that he had directed for a couple of seasons. And we're talking about some very, very young people. So this is bad. You never know what people do. And, I'm going to reserve judgment because I don't know Timothy Busfield, but when I heard it, I was just flabbergasted by it. But I was flabbergasted by the guy from Seventh Heaven, Collins. What's his first name? I couldn't believe it. It's so tragic that people listen. Humans are flawed, but that's a kind of flaw that society just does not need. Oh God, in heaven's name, that's horrible. What was his first name? Collins. Really good-looking guy. Tales of the Gold Monkey, Star Trek. Why can't I remember his name? I think it was Collins though. But anyway, I hope it's not true. Anyway, we'll find out, I guess. Also, Bill and Hillary Clinton both refused to appear on Capitol Hill today to testify in Congress's Jeffrey Epstein inquiry and are now facing contempt charges. Is that true? Wow. Listen, everybody should come. Well, we all know Billy Boy was on the island, right? We all know that. He was on the plane. We all know that. So wouldn't it just behoove them to show up? Because like things aren't fucked up enough, I mean, it's not like anybody doesn't know it. So who from Europe is still here? Nick Bricker. Yeah, I know. Sorry, a little late tonight. By the way, I'm with Dean. Rather have a G-Shock than a moon swatch. Yeah, I understand. Listen, I have one moon swatch, and I have no idea where it is. I looked for it the other day. I was like, where did I put that down? I mean, I liked it. You know why I liked it? If I was doing something like heavy-duty work or I was afraid I was going to hurt a watch, because it's plastic. So I was like, I don't know. Nick, this is iBasher lore. Moon swatches are Dino's kryptonite. Just a gag. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is his kryptonite. They're fun and they're harmless. I mean, I think that they're harmless. I really do. Something fell off my shelf. And look what fell off my shelf. This is down the block from my house, and that is my mom. And that is my dog, Dinga. And this was probably from, I don't know when. This fell off my shelf. I was moving my printer and a bunch of CDs fell off, and this must have been in between photographs. That's my mom. She passed away 3 years ago. She was amazing, and that's my beautiful puppy dog, Dinga. And I guess I was probably in Europe, and my brother and my mother were taking care of her, and they went down to the river. That's right down at the end of my block. You have that view of the East River, but it's not as good as you think it is, Melly C here, Nick. She's in Europe, that's for sure. Before I forget, happy birthday, Dean. Happy birthday also to Dean, right? Every day is Dino's birthday. That's the running gag. Well, Drew, I say what I mean. Listen, they're fun to listen for people who can't afford a Speedmaster. I mean, I think that that's nice. They are a little bit pricey considering what they are. I will say that much. I think they're a little bit pricey. I think they should be $99 would be all in would be fine. But, they're 200 and something dollars and that's a lot, for what that is. The design is great because it's, stolen. Hey, Melly and Andy, says Nick Brooker. And they say, hey, Nick, right back at you. Hey, Brad is here. Hey, happy birthday, Mrs. O'Malley. Happy birthday, Jared. We all love you on the Bashers. Big hearts. I know you're probably in bed. You probably had a gorgeous cup of tea. Hope you had some cake and maybe a lovely glass, maybe a nice whiskey or a lovely glass of wine. And I'm sure the family gathered around you that are there and you had a wonderful birthday. I hope so. We love you so much. Happy birthday, Mrs. O'Malley. Yay. Brad says, happy Speedy Tuesday. Happy Speedy Tuesday to you all. Calendar arrived at Galway address. Ray got the calendar. Amazing. Ireland. I mean, well, at the Galway address, right? Because they didn't have to put it on the boat to get it over to the Irons. And that is really, really cool. I'm so happy. Now, if you got it, everybody should get it. Reverse Panda looks really smart, Dirk. Yeah, it does. It looks great. It's a great looking watch. I mean, it's cosmetic. I mean, it's just a different look. And sometimes, a woman might see a dress that she doesn't like, but she sees it in a different color. Or a car. You don't like a car, then you see it in a different color. So that's what style is. They changed a little bit of the color palette. Maybe that will appeal to people, gives it more of a pop. I don't have multicolored subdials, but what's really interesting about this thing is that it's a slate blue dial and it looks black most of the time. But, also this reverse Panda dials, very legible. Very, very legible. Andrew coming in hard. Dirk, call someone in Dublin and send Jared a pack of Pall Malls. No, a carton of Pall Malls. Have a safe and very happy birthday, Jared. 20 balloons from Andrew Wolkowicz. Thanks, Andrew. Yes, indeed. Let's give you a giant bang boom for that. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. That's a big bang boom. It's a big bang boom. Big bang boom. Where was I? In the stratosphere. Nick Brooker says the new Panda dial also has a ceramic gloss bezel. Ah, okay. Interesting. Okay. I didn't see that. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I guess so. Interesting. Hey, Mike's Hotel. 20 balloons. I like the reverse Panda. It's a flashy, speedy, and doesn't look like all the others. I think it is 10 grand US dollars. I sent some pics of that 1970 GTO for the Gallery of Bashtards. I have to actually, what I need to do is, because I had to shut my computer down, I will have to lost audio. Thanks, Charles. I see that. we know now. I had to restart my computer. So weird, right? I mean, I guess so. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Got it. Okay, so I just had to recheck all the emails for the Gallery of Bastards today. Great. Mike's Hotel, thank you so much. I can't wait to look at those pictures. Great. So let's give you a big bang schmangamagab. Oh, here comes the audio gone. I like it. Yeah, I like it too. Don't get me wrong. I have the one I love, though. Good afternoon, Bashers popping in and out. Upvote for my bestie. Yay, that's my girl meme. Thanks, son. Here comes all the there it is. You must have bumped something. Did you hit the mute button? I didn't. I think you've gone deaf. Yeah, definitely still a little bit deaf in this ear, Time to stop practice. Time to practice lip reading. Or I could have just I wonder if that would have worked if I put subtitles on the show. Would that have worked? We all need to learn. I wish I knew how to do ASL. It's beautiful. Or whatever language people would do it in, but sign language, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. Absolutely incredible. Or try up, down, down, left, right. He looked shocked. Wonder if he figured it. Yeah, the only way I figured, when in doubt, restart. That's the Control Alt Delete for Macs, The secret Konami code on the old Nintendo NES. Oh, right. That's so funny. Is this thing on? Says Panel Power. A $50 super chat might help rectify the problem. Thanks, JPP. Yeah, no, well, I mean, listen, all the equipment, all this stuff is all brandy new. You know, the only thing that's not brandy new is my wonderful hand wired Latvian blue microphone. They make them in China now. They used to be. If you don't know what this mic is, this microphone is it's a blue baby bottle mic. And when they came out 20 some odd years ago, they were hand built in Latvia. Really discreet. It's a condenser mic. It's a really beautiful sounding microphone. It's really great sounding. I've done a lot of records with this thing. The newer ones are made in China because the company was sold. It started doing really, really well. They make a very expensive studio microphone. It's called the Bottle. It's got interchangeable capsules, and people went bananas for it for a while. And then the Logitech, the company that makes keyboards and mice and things like that, bought the company and then outsourced, closed the factories in Latvia. And like all good things, they ruined it, they ruined it. And it's a shame because, it's a great mic. I mean, it's not a Neumann or a Telefunken or, it's not. Nothing is vintage microphone. The microphone market is a huge market. A lot of different brands out there. People are familiar with Shure and Sennheiser. But when you go into a real recording studio and you listen, like you see everybody with those big black Shure microphones, the SM7s, they're just podcast mics. People are obsessed with them. I don't know. If I was using that microphone, I'd stick it in front of a kick drum. I wouldn't use it for vocals, but people do. You go into a real studio and you see like these U87s, these vintage microphones, Telefunkens, amazing stuff. It's a whole crazy world. You think watches are bad? Microphones are worse, and they're expensive. Some of those old microphones cost $1 million. It's nuts. Absolutely crazy how much money they cost. Try the media of mine. Yeah, that's right. Oh, here's Charles Thompson's riddle. So if a cowboy rides into town on Friday, stays 2 days, and leaves on a Wednesday, how did he do it? Oh, that's interesting. If a cowboy rides into town on Friday, stays Saturday, Sunday, and leaves on a Wednesday, how did he do it? In a box? Are you going to tell us the answer to this, Charles? Because I'd like to know. You want everybody else to guess? Is everybody guessing? Everybody guess. Does anybody know the answer to this? So if a cowboy rides into town on Friday, the horse is named Friday. How about that? He rides into town on Friday, stays 2 days, and leaves on a Wednesday. How did he do it? Is the horse named Friday? It's my guess. My guess. Just guessing. Could be wrong. Yeah. It just says no. You need to go way back. Joe, you're not late at all. I was an hour late because I had some clerical things I had to take care of. And also, I had audio problems. I had to restart my computer. Charles says, happy birthday, Jer O'Malley. Happy birthday to you. I'll sing it all night. Happy birthday to Jer. Happy birthday to Jer. Happy birthday to you, Jer. Happy birthday to you. The horse's name is Friday. Hey, is that right? I hope that's right. Oh, yay to Andrew. Oh, God. I didn't see it. I didn't get to it yet. That was my guess, but Andrew got it first, I guess, because he wrote it first. I didn't see it yet. Hey, Joe. Yay to Andrew, indeed. Hi, Melly, says Joe LaFaro. Hey, Joe. Charles Thompson, well done. Great. Yeah, that's a good riddle. I love a good riddle. Talking of Tudor, talk of the new standard range of the Tudor Prince chronograph for their centenary, similar to Omega's reverse Panda, but mini dials in the 6, 9, and 12, and Tudor logo at 3. Okay, yeah. I'm not like the biggest Tudor guy in the whole wide world. I have nothing against the brand at all. I've never seen one. I love their knurling, some of the best in the business. I've always thought it was great. So I don't know. Andrew got his calendar. Oh my God. Basher, why are you listening? Because we've been going over this, like who didn't get it and who got it. And there's special editions out there too. There's a couple. Because there were so many pets, we had to make sure certain people got certain things. And somebody, I think At one point, I sent the wrong one out to Dana and Emmett, maybe. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The second one's I think we figured it out. I think it was, it was confusing. It was very confusing. Ray Ray says, "Dearest Dirk, did you listen to Irish Sleep Story I sent you?" I have not had a chance to do that, but I absolutely will. Ray Ray, I'll do it tonight. How's that? Absolutely, tonight I will do it. Tracy Ferris, hi Tracy, ladies of the bash. That is what we got. Steven, what? What does that mean, Steven? Boom, 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 boom. No. Bill was at the island at least 28 times. Evil Hill Dog also. Was she on the island also? Hello. Epstein visited the White House a dozen times. Sure. Yeah. Well, listen, man. Your guy. There might not have been evidence that your guy was on the island, but man, your guy was like his best buddy for the longest time. And I don't know anybody who loves young girls as much as that, as it. Lovely picture of your mom. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, isn't that funny? It just kind of cascaded down when I knocked stuff down. And a Christmas card fell down too. It's a beautiful depiction of the Blessed Mother. Mom and Dinka. Yeah. Yeah. My ladies. Joe LaFaro. Happy birthday, Jer. Happy birthday to Jer. Microphones and watches made in China. What? I know, right? How could that happen to anyone? Friday is the horse, says Carlos Paggi. There you go. So is Wednesday. Oh, shit. Oh, and he left on Wednesday. Oh, my gosh. That's right. That is so right. Charles Thompson says Andrew got it. Yeah, Andrew did get it. Oshin has the two-tone. Yes, he does. Tudor chronograph, and it is a good-looking watch. Yeah, it's great, and it's big, and it looks good on his meaty wrist. Yeah, it's a great-looking watch. He loves it. I know he loves his Tudor. I think he's only got one, I think he's only got the one Tudor. He's had several Tudors over the years. I don't even know what he has right now. His collection is, he's got all those VCs, and I don't know what he's kept or what he's sold. I don't know anything about it. I just know, listen, he's never getting rid of the Speedy. His 861, that'll never go anywhere. But I think, and he'll never get rid of his Seamaster. I think those are the ones that are near and dear, and the other ones are all, optional because he fell in love, because he loves those watches, loves them. And the other ones are kind of visitors, I think, for the most part. Hitesh says, happy birthday to Jer. Happy birthday, Jer. I'm sure she's sleeping now because it's after midnight in Ireland. And of course, John Richard says, all you need is one watch. I keep trying to help him. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was a one watch guy for a hot minute. And then, I was so graciously gifted, amazing things, So, but, to be honest with you, other than like, I've got all the Weekenders, and I've got the Waltham, and I've got the Seiko, and then I've got my reduced, my first Omega Space, and my Milgauss, and I am absolutely 100%, million% done. I couldn't possibly want for another watch. I'm not lusting after another one. I can appreciate them. But no. And I used to lust after the, the 60th anniversary Speedmaster that, came out in 20, was it? God, it was so long ago. What was that? 2017 already that the trilogies came out? Yeah, it was 2017, and then it's funny. I just kind of like, maybe had I gotten it, I would have gone crazy for it. But then when I finally saw the first Omega Space, I went, no, that's the one. That's the perfect edition, and it really is, it really is. It's, 2998. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, he'll never be a one. I take that back. If he ever becomes a one watch guy, it's going to be his Seamaster. He's going to end where he began. Because that watch is very, very special to him. Very, 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 very special. Yeah. Trigger is the only acceptable name for a cowboy. Says it's so funny because I've been working on all this music lately with a fellow basher and having the greatest time. We've been working on cowboy songs. Now it's not in my wheelhouse at all, but it's been really super fun. Like I'm telling you, some yippee-yi-yi-ki-yo kind Yodelehi who shit, and it's been really super fun to take the hat off and put on a different one and try to just do things as a character. It's been really rewarding creatively, especially keeping my mind off of really ugly things that just keep on rearing their head and making everything just uglier. So, but Trigger is the classic name for the horse for sure. And that's Big Bang Boom. Thank you so much, man. You're not gonna work. The ghosts, all the ghosts of StreamYard. Or Dollar. Dollar's a good name. Melly C loves her tutor. She does. I love tutor as well, Melly. Great value. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah. Topes just says Trump was at the island 0 times after Trump released the files. It all shows that it was Epstein hated Trump obsessively like a psycho. Yeah, well, you're one of those guys that believes that there's such a thing as Trump derangement syndrome. There's no such thing. It's just everyone hates him because he's a dick and he's a wannabe autocrat and he's a wannabe fascist scumbag. So, and there's no convincing rational people about that because we're not programmed and we don't get our news from Newsmax and we don't watch biased news 24 hours a day to get hammered into our brain that that's what it is. Epstein hated him. Please. Come on, you're better than that. Trump banned him from Maryland. Yeah, we all know about that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, he's not loyal to anybody whatsoever. This we know. Ask Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I used to call Satan. My in-house Pelly movement is buttery smooth to wind even at 7 years old. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Absolutely. What about Silver? Hi-ho, Silver. Yeah, indeed. It's good to see that Omega kept the cock and balls at 12. Yeah, they did. That's something that they've had for a really long time. There's no reason to get rid of it, right? I guess they could if they wanted to, Mr. Ed. I used to know the theme song from Mr. Ed, right? I don't anymore. I used to know all the words to that. We used to watch that a lot as kids. Boxer fans. Hey, Boxer fans, ordered a new Speedy. You did? Oh, man. You ordered it already? Like day one? Day one. Wow. Ordered a new Speedy Panda. Wow. Congrats. Wow. That's amazing. Let's give you some confetti for that. Woo. That was a quick one. Look at that. I'm like, look at you. You're panded out there. Look at that. Panda Daytona. Okay. Hey, that's great. When you get it, will you send us pictures for the Gallery of Bashtards? We'd all love to see it. We'd all be super duper grateful for that. Wouldn't that be great? Boxer fan. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I just pissed my pants, Dirk. Listen, Tobe, man, I love you, man, but you're going to believe what you're going to believe. It's like, just the whole Renee Good thing. She was a terrorist. And remember when Trump said, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and my people would be fine with it. Well, his people are shooting people and everybody's fine with it. So it just goes to show you that we have lost the plot and you are now in the minority because everybody's turning the other way. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of history, man, because all of those people, the puppy killer and Pete and all those guys, they're all going to wind up in jail. They are for sedition, all of them, because they're trying to take down these United States of America and turn it into something that we've never been before. And that's what people think. So anyway, I'm not in the mood for that. Anyway, I'm really not. It's bad enough. Justin Trudeau just went to the island. Yeah, well, and so did his wife, Sophia. Listen, a lot of people went to Richard Branson's island, but, they weren't having sexcapades there, were they? I think they were probably just smoking a little bit of reefer or whatever. But, yeah, the Epstein Island thing is gross. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Yeah. I'll brush up on that. He's laughing. Dirk, what singers have you met back in the day? Gary Newman or Rick I've never met either Gary Newman or Rick Ocasek. I don't know. I met a lot of people. God, so many. I don't know. Gary Newman, no. I would have liked to meet him. I have a feeling if you met Gary Newman, that it would probably be like weird. Because he's a bit of a He's a different kind of fella. He's a different kind of. I was in the same room as David Bowie once. I did not meet him. I don't know. I met mostly all the big metal guys. I didn't, you know, but I met famous people like, I met, I mean, famous like older time singers too. But not Rick Ocasek. Never met him, and I have a really big appreciation for the Cars now that I didn't have when I was much younger. Those records are incredible. I don't know. I mean, a lot. Like, who's the most famous person I ever met? Uh, I don't know. A bunch of them. I've been in the room with a lot of famous people. I'm trying to think if I ever had any conversations with. I probably did, and it's just none of it's coming to mind because it's all a big blur. Um, I met, who I met, the probably the most famous person I ever met, and I've said it on the show already. I talked to Andy Warhol for quite a while. Well, as good as you can speak to Andy Warhol. I was at a party with him. There was a lot of people at that party. Meme, if you're around, who was at that party? Because she threw it. She's the one that threw that party. He's got Asperger's syndrome, Gary Newman. I would believe that because he's, it's a little, he's on a slightly different frequency. It was a party for In Excess, and like everybody and their mother was there. Like Marissa Berenson was there. Do you remember her? She was in a lot of movies. She was a singer. She was in that Kubrick movie with Ryan O'Neal. Who else was at that meme? Everybody and their mother was at that. But he was acting very strange. He was very upset that Kelly McGillis couldn't get into the party. She's a star. But Cheetah Rivera was at that party, and I'm trying to remember who else. I mean, it was a bunch of rock stars. A lot of kind of flash in the panty rock stars were there. I don't know. I was not like at Live Aid, so I didn't meet any of those people. That's where if you want to meet people like that, that's where you would have met them. Melly C says the Pelagos are pure quality. Yeah, Pelagos are beautiful. Gorgeous watches. You met Gary Newman briefly. Really nice guy, down to earth and humble. How sweet. I love that. I met one of the hosts of BattleBots last week in Vegas. I mean, I never met like O'Sheen went on the road with like Van Halen and the Who, and he met all of them. That's crazy, right? David Lee Roth wasn't a part of that thing. That this was during the Sammy Hagar era, so that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really interesting question. I'd have to ask Mimi because she was always with me when we met everybody who was famous because it was generally because she was a big publicist in the music industry and she was, we had passes and access to everything. But I'd have to ask her. I don't remember the Red Rocker yet. And, listen, I'm not a fan of Sammy in Van Halen, but I'm a fan of him as a person. He seems like the greatest guy, very talented, still sings great. I don't particularly care for his version of Van Halen. He's kind of like, a Sesame Street kind of rock and roller. It's very safe. And, I can't drive 55 and all that kind of stuff. He's a super sweet guy. He gives a lot of money to charity. He's a very entrepreneurial guy. He knows how to make money. Obviously, with the first, he did it with tequila, with Cabo Wabo. And then he did it with Beach Bum. That's tequila, right? I think so. But yeah, musically, Michael Hutchence met him. Let me tell you something. He radiated. There was an aura around that guy. It was palpable. It was an interesting thing to see him in person. He was shockingly. It was like I could imagine like meeting Jim Morrison or something like that. I've met Ian Astbury as well. Okay, I've met Ian, and he's very nice. And Billy Duffy. I met them both. They played a surprise show at a place in Queens, and it was like an industry party. And we went, and I met them, and they were great. I saw him at the band show in Daytona Beach. Yeah, Sammy's great. He still sounds great. Drooby Doo says David Lee Roth all the way 40 years ago. Listen, listen. I'm not David Lee Roth's friend. I have also been in the same room as David Lee Roth. I was in the Limelight, the nightclub, the Limelight, and he was there with a guy named Adam Baum, who was kind of a, like he was signed to a major label record deal, and he was being prompted to be the next big thing, and it just never went anywhere. Anyway, but people liked him. Anyway, I saw him and David Lee Roth doing like a shitload of blow up in the VIP room in the Limelight. They were like in a corner, and they were just gacking. So that was a long time ago. That was like probably 1988 or something like that. Been in the same room with him. I don't think we spoke. No, because he was too busy. And like whenever I saw drugs and stuff, I always kind of stood on the other side of the room. I never wanted anything to do with that shit. Scary. Nick Brooker. Hey, Brad, I've seen The Cult several times in the 90s. We're awesome. Yeah, Billy Duffy's great, and he looks amazing. He's one of those guys that just doesn't get old. You met Enrico Caruso? How is that possible? When did he die? Enrico Caruso? No, you did not. It's like, hey, you pulled my leg for a second. Yeah, when you were very, very young. He died in 1921. I was like Enrico Caruso. Hey, listen. We all know that Pavarotti is the greatest tenor of all time, but Caruso maybe he was. We just don't have great recordings of him. Born February 25th, 1873 in Napoli, and died August 2nd at the Grand Hotel Vesuvio in Napoli. Wow. He died at 48 years old. Shit, what killed him? That's really interesting. You got me there for a second. I was like, Caruso. I was like, when did he die? I love Rosa Poncel, who was his contemporary as far as that goes back in the day. Let's see his death. Illness. Okay. 1920, he concluded 3 days of recording sessions at the Trinity Church Studio in Camden, New Jersey. Among several discs recorded with Domine Deus, Crucifixus, and the Petite Messe, and the Solennelle by Rossini. Wow. Dorothy said her husband health began to decline. Do we know why? Caused shit. A decorative pillar fell on him over his left kidney a few days after the performance. Okay, let's see. Lingered between life and death. He lapsed into a coma and nearly succumbed to heart failure. Wow, he's too young for that. Continued to experience episodes of severe pain. Surgical procedure back then. Oh my God, bloodletting. Procedures to drain fluid and pus from his chest cavity. Oh God, this is terrible. Wow, this is really bad. What happened to him? I'll read that all about that later. But wow, Caruso. Who knew? Who knew? I mean, I don't know a whole hell of a lot about Caruso. Mimi. Yeah, there were a lot of people at that party. I can't think off the top of my head. Neither can I. I think you named most of them. You left out our gal pal, Sylvia Miles. And of course, Gene Simmons was there. And Paul Stanley. I've met them way too many times. They don't count anymore. Gene was there and he was talking. Oh, Diana Ross was there. That's right. Diana Ross was there. Marissa Berenson. God, man, that party was nuts. And we were so nonplussed by it, which is crazy. Isn't that nuts? Love the Sisters of Mercy. Angie was notorious. Yeah, she took me to see the Sisters of Mercy. She sure did. He was the sexiest man ever. He was. Listen, there was something very, very special about that guy. Very, very special. I partied with Andrew Eldritch backstage at a Sisters of Mercy gig in Dublin years ago. Funny guy. Wow, cool. The band Shell at Daytona Beach was a spring break MTV thing, hotspot in the 80s. Great times. Yeah, that's the thing that Mr. North played. They did a VH1 concert in Daytona Beach. It was like the Sunfest or something. They were signed to William Morris, so they had a great booking agency. So they got some really, really good gigs. We just went over to Europe and did the club and festival slog, but they did the arena thing, which was, we never did that. We never did like the American arena tour. Yeah, I can't think of any of those people, meme. It's nuts. Diana was still married to Bob Ellis, who managed Meatloaf. Was Meat there? Meat was there. Yeah, Meatloaf was there. Meatloaf was very, very cool. Because I'm trying to remember what Meatloaf and I were talking about. Uh, uh, Todd Rundgren. And I told him, I said, I've always been a really big fan of the engineering of that record. And he wanted to talk about that. He's probably sick of everybody asking him the usual stuff. Meat was totally there. And we were talking about Todd Rundgren. And I remember, I'll never forget this. I'm a vegetarian, and I certainly was then. And I was having some like canapes with like mozzarella. And I said, hey, would you like some mozzarella? And he said, Meatloaf said to me, cheese is to make a newborn calf a 2,000-pound cow. That's what he said to me. And I went, oh, okay. Like I didn't go any further than that. He said, cheese is meant to turn a newborn calf into a 2,000-pound cow. Crazy. I have to say, I still love The Cure. Last album was amazing. I haven't listened to The Cure in years, but I should, because they're great. Probably his album was on Atlantic at the time. He was one of ours. Was he? One of those? Yeah, Meatloaf had that series of records that, people know the Bad Out of Hell records, and then he had Dead Ringer for Love, and that didn't do that well. Midnight at the Lost and Found. Also, Peter Frampton was there. Meme. Peter Frampton was there. I think he had his Pretender album had just come out on Atlantic, because this was an Atlantic event, Atlantic Records. Yeah, Peter Frampton was there for sure. Alvin Lee, I don't remember if Alvin Lee was there. I don't remember. I don't know. Anyway, time for the Gallery of Bastards. The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. We've got Jamie Scott, and he's got a picture of Gus Gus. He sent this to me because I asked him for his address to make sure that he got the calendar, and he sent me a picture of Gus Gus. Beautiful Gus. Remember how sick he was last year? We're so grateful that everything's beautiful with you. We love you, Gus Gus. That's so wonderful. Actually, he's Gus. Gus Gus is another pet with double Gus. I keep saying that because I just want to say Gus Gus. I just want to say that. Derek Woodrum sent me a list, and I wanted to say, if you're watching this show, Derek, you didn't send me a picture, but you wrote, for your consideration, not the usual suspects. It's the 21st century's greatest films. And I went through the list, and I have to agree on a lot of them. And I was very happy to see Wall-E in there. But I think Wall-E is the greatest film of the 21st century, better than any regular celluloid film. To me, Wall-E is an absolute masterpiece, as are many of the Pixar movies, but that one in particular is great. But I really enjoyed that article, Derek, and thank you for sending that for me. I really, I looked at it, and I really had a great time. Thank you so much. And I read it at like 6:00 this morning. So thank you. Gary and Susan got their Christmas card. It says, Dear Dirk, we've just gotten a fantastic calendar. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you. One of their foxes, as you know, Foxy's in the calendar, who is pregnant, is here at the moment and addicted to extra mature cheese. Oh, hope you and Paul are both well. Kind regards to you both. We love you guys. And thank you so, so much for taking care of all that beautiful wildlife where you are. You guys are very, very, you're God's special people. Thank you so much. And you can have some little baby foxes. Oh my God. Mr. Brooker has got the Elliot Brown Special Projects Holton on orange rubber. Let's have a looky poo. That looks good, man. That's looking good. Looking quite beautiful. Look at that thing. Oh, man, Shevitz. Now, that's some knurling, too. That is gorgeous. And it looks great on the orange. I love an orange strap. And I have one. I just haven't used it yet. I know. I'll do it for spring. This is from the incomparable. They call him Scotty Love. This is for my Milgauss for springtime. And I will don this for springtime. I promise you. And I'm grateful for that. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. Look at that. Oh, there's a video. Let's download it. Find out what it is. Okay. Got to switch it up. One moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. Enrico Caruso. It's pretty fun. He had me. The video. Look at this. Ooh, look at the wrist roll. You got a big wrist, man. Definitely. Oh, that looks great. Beautiful. I wanted to check out the seconds again. Okay. Let's see how that operates. Nice. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Mr. Brooker. And a video too. Fun. Thank you. It's wonderful, wonderful. It's wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Only one person that knows who says that. Melly C. Eminem madness. Mork and Mindy madness. Mork and Mindy madness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mork for president. Ah! Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at Mork. You're so pretty, Sleepy. There's nothing cuter than a sleepy cat. Oh, this is a Mork fest. Are you in the room, Carolyn Merton? Look at your boy. He's looking quite handsome tonight. Quite handsome. Oh, he's reaching for love. Reaching for love. Looking for a friend. Reaching for love in the end. Oh, hello, babies. Look at her creeping in the background. Of course, she's right by her favorite place in the whole wide world. Cast iron stove in the fireplace, which I notice is a very English thing to do. I guess it's easier to do than to have to deal with the whole fireplace shebang, chimney sweeping, etc. Look at him. I love when they do the hang off the side. It's so cute. Mork, beautiful boy. Beautiful boy. Oh. Oh. Look at Mork. Oh, man. So cute. You're the cutest, Mork. And there's the lady. There's a lady with Mork. Oh. That pretty lady. She's Panda. You're a panda. No, you're a panda. Aw. Pretty Mork. Eminem madness. Mork and Mindy madness. Eminem madness. Mork and Mindy madness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Mork and Mindy madness, everybody. Thank you so much, Mel. Hope and our best to Andy and his parents. Of course. We miss them. It's Leroy's birthday. Hey, this is Leroy Brown. He's 10 years old today from Mr. Charles Thompson. You got bad Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole damn town. Badder than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Charles, look at that. Oh, look at you, baby. That is a beautiful chocolate lab. Hello, baby. Look at you. Look at you. Oh, that's him as a puppy. Oh. I mean, labs are ridiculously cute, aren't they? Well, all puppies are cute, aren't they all? Mork is usually is Andy M's cat. Oh, is that true? Oh, I don't believe that. Like Laverne loved Paul, and they had a special thing going on, but she slept with me every night. Just saying. And when she left, I'd be like, "Where are you going?" We love you. Look at you, Leroy Brown. He's bad Leroy Brown, baddest lab in the whole damn town. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Speedy Tuesday from the incomparable Julian, our resident artist. What shall you bring for us today, dearest Julian? How beautiful is this? Quite beautiful. Mm. Look at that. Is that a metal sculpture of flowers? I think that it is. Wow. Amazing. Beautiful. That is such a different picture for you, Julian, and I love it. So unique. Burgers. That's pretty great. Mm. Chocolate labs are gorgeous. Yeah, I just saw a golden lab and a black lab meet on the street today when I was coming back from the pharmacy. Beautiful, like an interrogation room. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, this is so London town, isn't it? Outrageous, outrageously beautiful. Oh, couldn't be more beautiful. London is his mistress, as he often says. Now, it took me forever. He's photographed these things before, and I didn't realize that they're heating units to keep. I love the fact that Europe, no matter how cold it is, they put those heat lamps out. Americans just go inside, which sucks because I love to dine and drink outside. It's wonderful. Beautiful, Julian. Oh, and then one of these things. These are like Julian's puzzles. You can never figure out which way is up. What's the ground? Where's the glass? The reflections are very confusing, all of them. Amazing. Beautiful. Wow. Look at that. How long has that been inside the stone? How long? Unbelievable. Beautiful. The incomparable Julian, everyone. Mr. Huxley, we adore you and your beautiful work. Thank you, Julian, so very much. Thank you, kind sir. Speedy Tuesday. Here's 10 photography. Maximum love and blessings to the bashers. Thank you, Sir Julian. We appreciate it so very much. Here he is, Mike Sautel. Here he is. Speedy Tuesday. Hey, Dirk. I sold that 1968 vet and bought this 1970 GTO convertible. This is more nicely finished than the vet. I hope you're feeling better. I am. Well, this will make Paul super happy because this is more, I'm the Chevy guy. I'm the Corvette guy, and he's the GTA. He's the Pontiac guy. That is beautiful. Talk about Speedmasters. They come in so many. Well, this is just absolutely outrageous. Look at this thing. Oh, it's a great one. The racing is amazing. Look how sick that looks. Now let's check out that GTO. I'm in. Jesus Christ, that's beautiful. Sure. Convertible as it's got to be. Does anybody remember the band, the GTOs? Frank Zappa put them together, and it stood for Girls Together Outrageously. They were terrible, but Pamela Des Barres was in that band. Beautiful. Yeah. Got some custom wheels on that, I see. Yeah, Paul, this is Paul's wheelhouse. He loves all this stuff. I mean, Pontiac is his, that's his everything. Pontiac. Look at that thing. Oof, that is beautiful, man. Wow. And wherever you are, it's still green. So obviously not in the dead of winter. That's beautiful. Look at that thing. It's gorgeous, man. Wow. Oof. Uh-oh. Beautiful. And this is an automatic too. I'm assuming the Corvette probably. What was it? 435. What was it? What was the? It was a 68. So it was a 425 4038. And that with an M22. What happened? Oh, that was the last one. Oh, beautiful. Congratulations. Drive that in the best of health, my friend, because it's beautiful. Listen, I'm a Corvette guy. 68 had problems though. 69 was the better of the two, so you're probably better off. You know, the best thing about the 68 was like when you wanted to open up the door, that where you put the key in was a push button. That's one of the very few differences. There's a couple, but 69s were better cars. But I love that push button that they had. It was very, very, very super duper cool. Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Sautel. And Drooby Doo. Uh-oh. K is not. Why is this picture not coming up? Okay. Kay is not cooperating for a pic. We don't care. Oh, look at that. RK, the patron saint of eye bashers. Beautiful Kay. Every day is a beautiful day with Kay. Every day begins with Kay. Isn't there a jewelry company? Isn't that where I got that jingle from? Every gift begins with K. Is that how it goes? Every day begins with K. Every gift begins with sin. I don't remember what it was. But look at her. Give her a big schmoopy wet kiss. Absolutely beautiful. That's the Gallery of Bastards. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you guys so much. Gallery of Bastards. On this speediest of Tuesdays.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime views of words. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with
the world. I met Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. It was very odd meeting your idols. You know, I met them a bunch of different times. As a fan and then at parties, like where they were there. But I'll tell you the funniest encounter I ever met any of the guys in Kiss was I met Paul Stanley at a newsstand on 2nd Avenue and right by Bloomingdale's. Me and my friend Larry and Ricky and John were in a car. And I don't know what we were doing. We stopped at the newsstand and this limousine pulls up and Paul Stanley gets out. And he had just played the Meadowlands and it's during like Asylum or one of those albums I didn't care about. And we were like, oh, hey, Paul, blah, blah, blah. And Lisa Hartman was in the car. And was my childhood crush. And she was in the car and he was very aloof. And we're like, blah, 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 well, I'm going. And, like we were not in the Kiss game anymore. We're out. We were like, it's great to see you. What are you doing? He's like, I just played the Meadowlands. Why weren't you there? And I think Larry goes something like because you don't have the makeup on anymore. Because Paul was a little bit snooty to him. Anyway, he was a little bit of aloof, but he was wearing cowboy boots with the jeans tucked in them and like a halter top. It was summer, to be fair, but still, I don't know. And Lisa Hartman was there. But yeah, I met them a bunch of times. And Gene is usually pontificating to everybody about everything. Jealous, Melly C. I mean, listen, I'm vehemently against meet and greets, and I've said this a million times. I think it's egregious for artists to make fans pay to meet them and get autographs signed. I'm not a fan of that at all. The simple fact that they support you by buying your records or your tickets and all of that stuff is compensation enough. I know there are a lot of bands that make money because they don't sell a lot of records and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they need to somehow augment that. And I might listen, it's a little bit more acceptable to me than like, a Taylor Swift meet and greet for $500 or a Kiss meet and greet for $500, spending $10,000 on a broken guitar. But this is just me. I just feel that when you're a successful person and people want to meet you, you should want to meet them. And if they want your autograph, it should be for free. And you should, always treat them with respect and courtesy. That's just how I feel. And the whole meet and greet thing really bothers me. I know a lot of people do it. Like Nick, who was managing Hitman before he died, he had a lot of money and he went and he did the Kiss package and he got like a whole box and did the Gene Simmons vault thing. And I said, well, how he went to the garden and he brought like 6 people with him. It was a lot of money. I think they all got guitars. He was, my friend like created like the world's biggest adult toy company in the world. So he was low and he sold the company. So he was loaded. And I said, how'd it go? He goes, it was crap. I was like, what do you mean it was crap? He's like, we got to talk to them for like a minute. They signed my stuff. He goes, because the guitar was already pre-signed. He said, he didn't sign it in front of you? I don't know. I think that's shitty. I could understand it more for the smaller artists, Yes, it was definitely a dream come true. I also met Bruce Kulick and Eric Singer, and I will say one thing about Bruce. Yeah, he's a lovely guy, and I've met him, and and Eric Singer. They're both sweethearts. And Eric Carr was one of the most loveliest people ever. He used to hang out at the club I used to play in called Lemoore East on Queens Boulevard. He was a lovely guy. Mork has been very sweet missing Andy. You could fit 4 people in the trunk of that for the drive-in theater. Oh, it's true. You could sneak everybody into the drive-in theater. Wouldn't that be great? Absolutely agree, Melly C. Yeah, it's fun to me. Listen, it's always listen. Like Asheen's got a great story about meeting his idol Peter Gabriel, but he happened to meet him in a toy store, and they had small children at the time, and it was just like happenstance. But like his kid kicked a ball and it hit Asheen, and he was like, "Oh, I'm very sorry," and Asheen's like, no, it's fine. No, Peter Gabriel. I mean, what are you going to do? Fanboy out? No. And he didn't. I mean, because when it's private time, it's private time. I also would never interrupt a celebrity, even if I was a big fan. But I don't know anymore. You're well. It was a beautiful car, man. Congratulations. Every kiss begins with K. That is it, right? Every kiss begins with K. That's her theme song from now on. Sweet, Speedy, and GTO. That's a great combo you got going on there. I could just hear Paul saying that. So why aren't you guys there tonight? Because you don't have the makeup on anymore. Maybe it's just like, give me my magazines. Lisa. A body glove hold. That's exactly what it was. It's let's put the X in sex. You got my love's a muscle and it makes me want to flex. It was around then. The worst period of I didn't pay attention to. I checked out. Animalize, I was done. I went to the Animalize tour. I did not see Asylum, Crazy Nights, Hot in the Shade. I didn't see any of that. I didn't go. Oh, maybe I did go to see the Asylum tour. I did. I think Mimi got us free tickets. I think I did. I've seen Kiss way too many times. But the non-makeup era was just not my thing. Not my thing. On the Animalize tour, I saw Queensryche open up for them at the Nassau Coliseum, and I went with I was in a band at the time with my friend Greg D'Angelo, who later became the drummer for White Lion. And he was like, they're going to kick that drummer out. And he's got a bit of an ego. And I was like, no, they weren't going to kick that drummer out. That drummer, Scott Rockenfield's amazing. The cost is definitely agree. It is. It's just, when you see these prices that some big megastar, multi-million-dollar people, I mean, that's not fair, Brad says Geezer of Black Sabbath is signing special edition Paranoid albums in assorted colors of markers for a fee. Is he really? Geezer. See, I'm very surprised that he would do that. I'm very surprised. He just said the other day that they made an album with Ozzy with Bill Ward in 2000, and they decided not to release it. And then they went and they released that album without Bill Ward. What's wrong with them? Anyway, that's a shame. And I'm surprised because Geezer Butler's made out of money. He doesn't have to ever worry about it again, Hi-ho, Silver, new king. These are crazy, 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 crazy nights. Whoa, yeah. 1967 Toyota 2000 GT Monterey Jet Center, 2023 USD sold price. Really? For a Toyota. Wow. That's crazy time. Well, anyway, guys, it's been a crazy night. Started out an hour late, and it just went downhill from there with the audio, but you guys lift my spirits. You lift me up. You bring me bash, more bash than I've ever seen. Thank you, all you bashers. Guys, thanks so much. That's the show. I'll see you guys tomorrow, God willing. And you're just the greatest. You make me happy. Oh, look, wait, Jamie Scott. Look, Jamie Scott sent a Seiko. Hey, Jamie Scott, let's put your Seiko up there. There it is. Ooh, pretty. We all love Seikos here in this house, my friends. We're all big Seikos. I like how you did the 3/4 thing too. Look at that. A dial is stupid. Look at that. Look at that dial. Seiko, you put the X in sex, Seiko. You sure do. Seiko's muscle man, it makes me want to flex. I said, ooh, yeah. It's so bad. That smashes, thrashes, and oh, it's the worst thing ever. Oh, it's so cringe. So cringy. So cringy. Anyway, guys, remember to hold the door open. Remember, say please and thank you. Remember, if you encounter somebody who's not very kind, give them the benefit of the doubt. They could be the greatest person in the world, or else they could just be a cunt.